Hello everybody. I know it's been a little bit of a while since I've been uploading, and my upload schedule has slowly been going back a little bit, and that is mainly because of school. It's no longer summer, it is almost November, and school has never been busier than for me, so therefore it has affected my uploading schedule. But make no mistake, we are trying to still reach our goal to get to 1,000 subscribers. We're still stuck at 990. Come on, people. We just need 10 more. We just gotta get there. That is a milestone of itself. So, come on, people. Let's get it. So, today's LEGO review, it is one of the big ones. It's actually one of the few sets I've held back from doing for quite some time because I had other priorities, other sets to prioritize to do first before moving into this one. So with everything cleared out of the way, I figured now is the time to cop it, to get this set. Well, I actually was going to get it in August, but two reasons. Number one, I blew all my budget on the LEGO City, Ninjago, and all the other summer 2020 sets. Number two, this set was sold out for a while and didn't come back till like October. So yeah, that's why. This is the perfect time to do this set. So this is the Tyrannosaurus Rex Rampage, or as the LEGO's official name will call it, the Jurassic Park T-Rex Rampage. I'm just trying to be professional here. So this is the big one from the LEGO Jurassic World series. So this is completely different from the other Jurassic World playsets. This one doesn't include any dinosaur figures, but rather a super large buildable T-Rex, and we'll take a look at that separately. And then alongside that, the iconic Jurassic Park gate, you know, the opening gate in the opening scene, and like that. And of course, a bunch of the figures here, which are all from the Jurassic Park series, not Jurassic World. So there is quite a lot to cover here. So I better stop rambling. Let's get right to it. Ladies and gentlemen, here is the box. It is a $250 set, so therefore this is a really, really big box. So this is set 75936 with 3,120 pieces, showing you the T-Rex and all the other minifigures included in the set at the front. And let's take it over to the top, showing you the display it comes with and a bunch of other stuff. And then at the back here of the box shows another display of the T-Rex with the gate. And on this side, I know you can't quite see because of the glare, but this shows all the 6 iconic movie moments that you will see momentarily on the set. So. And of course, this shows all the real characters right next to their minifigure forms. So these are all from Jurassic Park. And without further ado, let's take a look at this box, or put this box aside and take a look at what's inside this big box. Alright, I want to start off with the main gate first. We'll get to the T-Rex in a bit. Usually in the videos, people would do the T-Rex first. I just want to switch it up because this thing is absolutely massive. I kind of want to get it off my table. So here we go. So this is of course the iconic Jurassic Park gate, and this is what defines Jurassic Park. The iconic intro moment as you ride into the main park. The gate opens, the main theme plays. Iconic moment. And of course the guy's like, what's his name? John Hammond is like, "Welcome to Jurassic Park," or something like that, or you know. But yeah, so first and foremost, from the visual aspect, this gate looks absolutely stunning. You know, with its gunmetal gray with brown color, it defines its character quite nicely. Really love the Jurassic Park logo on top. Yes, those are stickers; those are not printed. So just be aware, for those of you sticker haters, you will have to apply stickers on this thing. But apart from that, I love all the vegetation growing on top of all the plants. That just, shows that we're in the middle of an island, in the middle of a forest. Of course, and I think LEGO just did this really well. Now, I will say this thing does have some playability, but I do think the sole purpose of this gate is for the wow aspect, for the display aspect. So, you decide, but I do believe if you're building your own Jurassic Park mock or something like that, then of course LEGO has you set up for the entrance. This is exactly what you need, so I'll say that. Let's just go for a closer zoom in of the build. We can take a look at some of the stuff closer. So on the top you can see there you got some of the torches, the Jurassic Park logo. We'll show you how the gate opens in a bit. And then of course we got the vegetation, got the plants, the dirt road for the gate to sit on, and then the more vegetation. So nothing too much appeasing from the back. Now let's rotate this thing and see what's on the back side. So you can see all these are plates. These are all just straight up plates. Now here's the other side. It's not looking that pretty, of course, as you should expect from LEGO builds, but this side is really important. Why? Well, this side has the main gear action to open the gate, and if you notice on all the sides, all these builds here, they're actually all iconic scenes from the Jurassic Park trilogy, from different moments, movie moments, and just, yeah, different iconic moments that people don't forget when watching the trilogy. And LEGO's basically recreated these as Easter eggs as part of this gate here. We'll get into them individually, but of course, I want to first show you the main feature of the gate. Before we show you that though, let's look on up here. You can see there's just a tiny little dino egg being hatched over there in the nest. That's just for decorational purposes. But apart from that, there's that. Let's show you the main gate and how it opens. So notice how on the very top here you've got this wheel. You just simply turn the gear like this and the gate swings open. Now you cannot go aggressive because, as you can see, the gate can buckle itself forward just like that. And of course you don't want that to happen, and you do have to like kind of put this in between. It's not too secured, as you can see, so do take care when you're adjusting the gate. So for example, if I did this, there is like a kind of a small stop point in the middle. That's like your signal to just leave the gate the way it is. And then here's what it looks like when you open the gate from the back. Like that. Super simple. Now of course you're gonna see, the one thing I don't like about this is just how loose it is, and you just have to realign the gate by hand like that to make it perfect. So I guess I really wish LEGO kind of found a way to fix that, because that's a big hiccup and it's bothering me quite the amount. And of course you can slide your card right in and just, you know, look at the gate into the iconic Jurassic Park. Now, I will make one comment, and that involves the T-Rex. Now, we'll obviously get into the T-Rex later on, but I want to just make this comment now because of the gate here. Now, here's the T-Rex, and the main problem I have with this is the size. I believe this T-Rex is a little bit too big. I feel like it's a Titan T-Rex, almost like Godzilla big. Because when we open the gate, another moment that you can do is to stick the T-Rex through the gate and like pretend he's coming through the gate, roaring, something like that. But as you can see, he's a little bit too big. You can see his head had to be automatically lowered without getting head banged. So he just fits under the gate quite like that. Okay, maybe it sort of makes sense, but remember, from a minifigure point of view, that thing is Godzilla. if from a minifigure point of view. The minifigure point of view of a T-Rex is around this big. This is the normal T-Rex figure, which of course appeared in 2 sets, and the T-Rex figure mold has always been around in terms of LEGO dinosaurs. So this will be the appropriate size. Now, look at that. So if I take out the big T-Rex and just put the small guy in, the regular dude, you can see it just fits it quite well. Now obviously it won't live up to the standards of the big guy, but feels like this is more appropriate from a minifigure scale if we're looking this from a minifigure point of view. So that's all I gotta say. The gate is perfect, but the T-Rex is a little too big for it. So they could either shrink the gate or just shrink the T-Rex. One or the other. Whatever works. It's time to take a look at those movie moments. So, there's totally 6 different scenes happening in the back of this gate, all representing different iconic movie moments. So, let's start off on the left side right here. So this scene. Now, what is that scene, you may ask? Well, you kind of have to be a real Jurassic World nerd or Jurassic Park nerd to understand all these scenes. I myself, I only know one of the 6 scenes from here. I have watched the entire trilogy, but I've only remembered one of them in this set. I will get to which one. So, this one, first and foremost, this one right there. So that is when, what's his name? The yellow jacket guy, Denzi Nerdy, when he gets spit in the face by the Dilophosaurus, and then he gets eaten right after, in the rain. He was in a Jeep, and then the Dilophosaurus spits acid right at his face, and then he eats him. So this thing is to just recreate that moment of Denny Nerdy's, like his plant garden thing before it is spat on him, as it's depicted on the box, because I kind of suck at explaining this. Right, oh wait, this camera's way too zoomed out to show you guys. This moment from the movie, don't really quite recognize it, so I will say that. Alright, so moving on down here, we've got this little dining table. So this is another scene from Jurassic Park when John Hammond and the gang are like just eating. It was that scene when they were just eating and just chilling. I forgot what they were talking about, but it was that specific movie moment. Unfortunately, this table here is only big enough to fit one minifigure. But there is quite a lot of stuff on that table, as you can see. There's like the soup, the stew, the iconic orange stew that they were eating was a fish, I believe. I don't quite remember. There's that, but of course, it'd be a lot cooler if the table was 10 times bigger enough to fit all of the gang down there, you know. And then moving on down here, we got this little kitchen thing. So this is another scene where the raptors attack the kids, which I believe they're called Ellie Satter. Which was it, Ellie Satter? Yeah, it was Ellie Satter, and then the other kid who's not included in the set. And there's that iconic scene from the trilogy where, yeah, the kitchen scene, raptors will figure out how to open a door, they come in and, you know, have that horror movie moment on the kids. So that is the kitchen that they're in, and a very, very miniaturized kitchen, and yeah, there's that. So, now, that is it for the left side. It's time to move on to the left. So let's start off from the bottom here. What is this, you may ask? Well, this is another moment where the girl, which I keep forgetting the name of, Ellie Sattler, tries to get that gate opened and to, you know, escape the raptors, which I believe that's the scene. If I'm wrong, feel free to correct me, but I think that's what it is, because this is representing the control panels of a gate to like a dinosaur paddock or something like that. So, there's that. Alright, moving on up here now. This is, I think it was a deleted scene, or it might still be kept in, but it's the computer labs with Samuel L. Jackson's character. Not quite sure what happened in that scene, but that's the computer lab with, you know, the scene where Samuel L. Jackson appeared, recreated in Lego form right here. So, see, you got 3 monitors going on the screen. I guess one of them being the print of the Jurassic World Island. The other 2, I guess, just random stuff on the screen. So, there's that. And then finally, this moment. Recognize this? The toilets, or actually more specifically, the outhouse. Now, Rexy, the T-Rex, has been an iconic character in the old Jurassic Park trilogy. Now, I forgot what was the name of the character. I believe it was some guy who was sitting on the toilet And then the T-Rex and then Rexy bashed down the outhouse and then just chomped the guy from the toilet as he was, you know, taking a crap, if you will. And of course, that's a funny moment, but honestly, that's the worst way to die. Getting eaten by a T-Rex while pooping, not cool. But yeah, that is the moment recreated or rebuilt right here on the set. Unfortunately, of course, it's Lego, they can't make it graphic, so it's simply just the toilet. And yeah, but that's just as serving as a reminder to us that that scene happened, and RIP that dude who got he was just trying to empty out his system, and then now he's in a new system, which is the T-Rex's digestive system. So yeah. So that is all the 6 iconic movie scenes built into this gate, and I think Lego did a pretty good job with this gate. Obviously it doesn't have a lot of play features, but this is something that you would put on display rather than playing it. So there's that. So that is the gate. Yeah, Lego did a really good job on it, but that's not all. This is only half of the set. Let's take a look at the other half of the set, which is the big bad T-Rex. Ladies and gentlemen, Rexy herself, or this may be a different T-Rex, or it just, yeah, could be the iconic Rexy herself. Might be wrong. Regardless, this is the big buildable dinosaur. And first and foremost, I have to acknowledge its size. Like, this is no ordinary dinosaur figure. This thing is a big brick built figure. So from a minifigure point of view, holy cow, that is a big figure. So there you can see, that is the minifigure. This will be Godzilla size. You know, it's not actually Godzilla, but the size is pretty much like Godzilla from the point of the minifigures. So this thing is massive. Now this thing does have articulation, but I think the main purpose of this is just for the display. It's a little bit fragile, I'll say that. It is quite fragile, so lots of parts of it breaks off easily. So I wouldn't recommend it for play. I would just say keep it on display to keep it, you know, not broken. Now, how exactly big is it? Well, I showed you how big it is compared to minifigure, but of course, this is expensive. These are the iconic dinosaurs in Lego. These are the T-Rex molds, which have been around since 2012, and just throughout the years, Lego has just changed the color scheme, patterns, and everything else on these T-Rex molds, but they've always been the same. So this is iconic. This is Rexy, the dino figure, the same one as this one, I believe. She appeared twice, one in the T-Rex Tracker set, and then later on in a Junior set. So if we put her right here, you can see just the body alone of the big Rexy is already bigger than the dino figure Rexy. So do be aware, this is a really big dinosaur. And another comparison, another T-Rex, also from Jurassic World. This one's the lighter beige color, sand color one. So if we put two of them side by side with the big buildable Rexy, boom, there you go. Now you can see just how big this thing is. So if you're planning to display this, plan ahead now, because in terms of shelf space, especially with its long tail, you're going to need a lot of shelf space, because this is quite huge. So yeah, so my first impressions of this Rexy figure was, yeah, it's big and all, but it's brick built. And with it being brick built, it looks more like a mech dinosaur, like a robo dinosaur. Doesn't look quite as organic and natural as, you know, the Lego dino figures like we saw with the T-Rexes. Like, I get it, it's brick built, and make no mistake, it looks really cool with it being brick built. Number one, it's really heavy, so that already shows the amount of pieces that went into building this. But number two, the color scheme of it is the closest to what Rexy actually looks like. Sure, the dino figures are just a lot more brighter, but this one, in terms of color scheme, does it quite well. I guess the only thing I don't like about this is the tail, because, well, the tail is articulable, but the end part here looks off. It looks weird. But it is on multiple ball joints, so you can kind of swing this around quite the amount. Right here, as you can see, you can't really move it up and down. It's just double ball joints, so it's stuck on the side like this. You can curve it all the way this way, curve it all the way that way, or keep it completely straight. But this is where Rexy would take up a lot of room if you make the tail all the way back. So I would suggest you curve the tail, something like this, in the very end. See, this is the part I don't like. This end part just looks awkward at the end. Doesn't look natural like an actual tail, you know? So, yeah, like I said, the weight of this dinosaur, very much heavy. Articulation, the legs of course can be moved. You can stack all over like this, but do keep in mind the tail cannot be moved up and down, so this will be awkward. So I suggest you move it down. This is as far down as you can go, just like that. That's as close as you can get it, but I kind of like just keep it at a steady level, so like around like this. So this will be like that, and yeah. So other articulation, we saw the legs, and of course the T-Rexes are known for their tiny arms. This one slightly, of course, this keeps its tiny title, but at least it's still articulable. It's still on ball joints. You can still move pretty far, but of course, it's a T-Rex arm. It can be tiny. At least it can be folded up to make it look like she's like plotting something. Actually looks hilarious. And on the claws themselves, they got the talons, the claws, very nice. But we'll take a look at the arms in a bit. The head, finally, in terms of the articulation, let's take a look at the head. So you can move. It is on a ball joint, so, but it can't articulate too much. The jaw itself can be open like this. Yes, there's a tail right there. That's how you can get a good T-Rex roar pose if you want. And of course, you can always tuck away the tail, close it all the way up, just like that. That still works, but I just kind of like to leave it halfway open, not fully open, slightly opened, with the tail, I mean not the tail, with the tongue being visible. You can also move the neck up and down. This is as high as it can go. So you can display this T-Rex in whatever display that you want, but it's done quite well. So again, like I said, playability, this T-Rex is quite flexible. Fragile, quite fragile. So do be careful. But apart from that, yeah, it is an okay figure, okay build. I guess my favorite parts of it is those tiny arms. Of course, is what defines the T-Rex, the big bite, big jaw, and the tiny arms. It's what makes the T-Rex the T-Rex. So, yeah, definitely not my favorite, but it's passable. I will accept this. So this is an okay T-Rex. Maybe in the future we'll see like a buildable Indominus Rex or something, or a Triceratops. We'll see how well the community reacts to this set, but so far I find this T-Rex not bad, but it could use a little bit of improvements. So that's the T-Rex. Alright, the last thing included in the set is this little display information sticker. This whole thing is a sticker. You may recognize these from some other big sets and other, especially the UCS Star Wars sets. So this, of course, is just a big plate with information on the T-Rex. Just showing you the, I guess, just the blueprint of it, not the information on it. So, and apparently the T-Rex means the King Tyrant Lizard. Here its measurements and the weight. Diet is a carnivore, of course. And the habitat is Isla Nublar, the island. So, of course, this shows you that this set is meant to be displayed because, well, what kind of play set will include an informational plate to show you what the model was on. So here are the other figures, minifigures included in the set. The good thing about this set is that they've actually attached all the minifigures onto this plate, so you don't have to carry them up one by one, and this is the perfect way to display them. Of course, before we get to any of the other minifigures, we have to show you this baby dino first. Look how adorable he is. Obviously, he's not new. He was first introduced, or this mold was first introduced in 2018, but look at that. I believe that is the tiny version, baby version of the T-Rex. We have gotten many of these before. We've gotten the Raptors of this before, so that is quite nice. Good to know that these guys appear in pretty much a ton of sets, and they certainly don't miss out. And even in big sets like these, they're just hidden. They're just hidden in the sets. And if you don't see them on the box, that's because they don't show him on the box. He's actually just hidden right here. So that's hilarious. Oh, I just accidentally broke this. My bad. But yeah, so this is a nice display plate for your figures. Looks awesome. So now, let's take a look at the minifigures themselves individually. So let's take out this guy first. This is the Jeff Goldblum character. You may recognize him. Is he? Yes, he is a Jeff Goldblum character. He is Ian Malcolm. Come on, camera, focus. There he is with the ripped shirt. You can see. Oh, you can see chest hair on it. I don't know what's wrong with camera. Why is it not focusing? Come on, camera. There we go. So yeah, that is him with the hair. Here's his freaked out face. Unfortunately, I kind of wish they included him with the sunglasses. That would honestly make this a lot better. But oh well, he doesn't look too accurate to what he looks like in the movie. But I think Lego would have been able to do a better job if they had like a sunglasses alternate face print on him. Then that would definitely really help. So this is the Samuel L. Jackson. Here's the Samuel L. Jackson character, whose name is Ray Arnold. Here he is in the minifigure form. Look at that with the glasses, the Google. So now he has glasses. Why doesn't Ian Malcolm have the sunglasses as well? See, this is what I don't understand sometimes about Lego. Not a bad minifigure for a computer tech genius. Take off his hair. Here's another freaked out face. Of course, Jurassic World. You gotta be freaked out of these dinosaurs, or you have a problem. So, and of course, this guy, the iconic John Hammond himself, in minifigure form. The dude who founded Jurassic Park and said, "Welcome to Jurassic Park." I believe this is his like torch. You know, when he first holds this in Jurassic Park, welcoming everyone and showing them the Brachiosauruses. So, iconic character of the Jurassic Park franchise, and definitely the OG, you know, John Hammond is the legend. Alright, and then this annoying girl. Why do I say annoying? Because her character in the trilogy was quite annoying, I'll admit. I didn't really like her, but yeah. So this is the, so what her name is, Ellie Statler? Ellie Sattler, yes. I'm just making sure. I'm just making sure I don't butcher it. So here she is with the pink overall, or pink, yeah, I think that's a pink sweater. Take off her hair. Why does she not have a freaked out face? In the movie, she was freaked out so much at literally every dinosaur she saw. I think Lego could have made improvements on the prints on these minifigures' faces here. And then Alan Grant. Oh yeah. This guy, one of my favorites from Jurassic Park. And for many reasons, I appreciate this guy. Well, number one, he's a archaeologist. He digs dinosaurs for a living. I believe he's holding a tooth there of a raptor or something. And of course, no secondary face. And of course, he's the one who weaved the T-Rex away with the flares. This guy just did absolutely so much in the original trilogy. And he just looks great. And now we have him in minifigure form, looking as good as ever. Now he does remind me of a cowboy, I will say that. And finally, the last figure on the list, this guy, the guy who the Dilophosaurus spat on. This is Dennis Nerdby, just call him Nerdy. Here he is, looking finer than ever with the I mean, they can't. In the movie, he is quite fat, but they can't really show a fat minifigure. I mean, it's kind of you kind of need a special mold for that. But yep, there he is with the sweater. Boom. Does he have a second face? There he is, getting spat on by the Dilophosaurus. That is the face you get after getting hit by the acid. So there's that. So you can definitely change up the expressions of these guys, and of course, these are all OG Jurassic Park characters. Really appreciate how there's a stand here to display them. And of course, the baby dino is absolutely adorable. So, it's time to move on to the final verdict and wrap up this review. So the biggest question is this set worth it? Now this set is $250, and I will say the gate is very well executed. The gate, I believe, provides its nostalgia pretty well, and it will definitely look like something really good. If you were to build your own Jurassic Park mock, for example, then this would be perfect. You just need to install this in your mock at the beginning, and depending on whether you want to convert it to Jurassic World, the futuristic amusement park, then of course you'll have to take off the Jurassic Park logo and make it more suitable and have the monorail run through and everything. So there's that, but definitely this will look stunning on display. The T-Rex, like I said, kind of looks like a mech. It's kind of giving me a mech vibe to me. It's not really that organic of a T-Rex compared to like the actual T-Rex figure. But of course, unlike the T-Rex figure is all molded. You just gotta snap all the big molded pieces. This thing is completely brick built, which I respect Lego for that, because hey, articulation wise it's still pretty good. Now I will say, I mentioned it already, but I'll say it again. The T-Rex itself is quite fragile. Several times when I was moving this thing, I broke the tail, broke the head, and the feet are really fragile too. So if you have the set, do take very good care of this T-Rex. It's a big, heavy figure, and the chances of it snapping and potentially losing some of its pieces can be quite high. So be careful. But the T-Rex is meh, it's okay. I actually enjoy the set more for the Jurassic Park gate itself. So my final grade for this set, probably a 7 out of 10. And yeah, so like I said, T-Rex is fun, but nah, I would say the gate's better. If we took out the T-Rex, I think the T-Rex bill, I'm pretty sure the set will go up to 200 and be much cheaper. The T-Rex here just adds up that 100, and I do think it's worth it. You know, you get these two, you break down the price, the price per part ratio, it makes sense. So yeah, so let me know what you think of this set in the comments down below, and if you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a like and subscribe to the channel for more. And once again, we're trying to reach 1,000 here, people, come on. Alright, that's it for this one. Talk to you in the next one. Bye for now.